supposed to do. I don't know what any of those things mean. I mean, that wasn't very good either. That was evidently not that good, so I have no idea. Yep, I still placed well below everybody else, even though I didn't really fuck up, so I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. So that's freestyle skiing. And then last is basically the title of this video is snowboarding by numbers. Now you'll see what I mean pretty much as soon as I start. The N64 has two, well, actually not just two realistic snowboarding games, but it has snowboarding games on it. It has, of course, 1080. It has Twisted Edge. It has two Snowboard Kids games. It also has Big Mountain 2000. Yeah, I went to say two because the two that I'm thinking of that it is a lot like, and then realizing that there's like 6 more. But this is the complete opposite of all of those. And this is where it starts. Not unlike the freestyle skiing thing, you pick your tricks in the order that you're going to do them before you start, which just seems a little bit lame to me. I can imagine that in like a real like an event that this probably happens, that the competitor does pick and plan out what they're gonna do. And my assumption is that these all get a lot harder as they go down, because I think that's the way that it went out. You lay out the tricks that you're gonna do in order, and then the way that you actually execute these tricks is probably the dumbest thing that I've ever seen. It's not dumb. It makes a little bit of sense, but it's so boring and so just not engaging at all. I'll show you. The whole thing is that they're gonna go. You don't control the speed. You don't control them going up for the tricks, going up the half pipe or anything like that. All you do is before they take their jump, you have to input the commands that come up in that box right there. Kind of like the goals that would come up in some Tony Hawk games. Except that you were still in charge of executing them all with complete control. This is just... those are the easy ones, basically. They do get a lot harder. And actually what really bothers me about it is that you have to finish them before they actually go up for the trick, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Yeah, I botched that one there, so he falls. I botched that one too. That's a clusterfuck of a trick right there, huh? So yeah, the ending wasn't so good on that one. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the only events in this game that functions and functions correctly, like, from the start. But, like, God, that's so lame, isn't it? Like, I think that's this game's whole problem, is that I'm gonna do it again and see if I can get a run where I actually pull off all the tricks instead of picking really, really difficult ones. But yeah, I think this is, like, so lame. That's all I can really say. And like I said, the whole timing of it doesn't really make any sense to me at all. But this game's whole problem is that the games that actually function correctly are too boring to be fun, and the games that might actually be fun don't work. Or they only work in a capacity that isn't fun enough to continue going with them. So really, like this and curling are the most functional events in the whole game. But like I said about curling, like as well as it actually works, it's way too slow to be engaging and to be something that you want to do all the time. So, oh, I botched that one. The rotation, the stick rotation one just really doesn't work that well. How do I get a 0.7 for only botching one trick? That is, what an asshole. Piece of shit.
You couldn't place this time.
I made it up. I made it out of the bottom of the barrel, I guess. But what did number 1 get? Just curious. 27.5. Jesus. All right, fine. So having played all of these events. Some only once, some several times. The only one that I've actually managed to place in, I'll see if there's in the records. There must be records in here. Was the 15, whatever the hell it is, 150. The speed skating, the long one. Yeah, there we go. 1500 meter speed skating. I got silver. That's it. So, I have really no desire to go and medal those because it's so... It either, like I said, the games, they either don't work or they work and they're just not fun. Or they're fun but they're not fun enough to keep going with them, like curling. Curling has its moments, but like the whole thing is it's like a big tournament. You saw it the first video. I finished one match, and one match in the curling tournament took longer than any individual event. Way longer than any individual event. And you were supposed to do like 4 more of them. And I was like, no, that's way too much. So that was that. I'm trying to think of what the next game is. I think Snowboard Kids might actually be the next game, but it's definitely coming up soon. It's in the near future, but yeah, that's it for Nagano Winter Olympics. A really sad example of the kind of things that Konami would still bother putting out on the N64, while they had a renaissance, or continued renaissance rather, on the PS1 with Castlevania, with Metal Gear Solid, with all these original titles that they tried out. I remember Silent Hill obviously, Soul of the Samurai, etc., etc., etc. Great titles on the PS1 that we never got, and that's probably the saddest part about this game, is that this is the kind of thing. And they would do both. They did both. They had their moments on the N64, and those will be coming up, but this is the most of it, and it's really, really depressing. But thank you for watching. I know that was pretty sad as well, but you know, this is what we do. Bye-bye.